Hello guys, Dr. Rajaratna Thangavel here. I'm going to discuss about that little topic that we had a test previously, the keratoplasty part 2. So what was based on the retrieval of the eyeball and the cornea and the storage. So based on that, I had given you a couple of questions. So we're going to discuss that. What I titled as question number 6, because the first test was covered previously. So 5 questions were discussed there. So this is question number 6. So question number 6 was donor cornea is retrieved by, and we had options. So the options were A, exenteration, B, evisceration, C, enucleation, and D, any of the above. So donor cornea is retrieved by option C, enucleation. Now what is enucleation? Now let's say this is my eyeball. So as I told you already in the previous video, which is keratoplasty part 2 on my channel here. So we do a peritomy, cut the conjunctiva, go behind, hook the hook the extraocular muscles, cut them, and then go behind, cut the optic nerve, and then you take out the eyeball. Enucleation is done. Okay, so enucleation of the eyeball is done for in case of eye donation when you're retrieving the eyeball for retrieving the cornea. Okay, so it is enucleation, and the most common indication for which enucleation is done is again for corneal donation. Okay, eye donation. All right, so that's question number 7. Now question number 7, that was question number 6. Question number 7, the vital layer of the cornea is, option A, epithelium, option B, stroma, option C, predecimates layer, option D, endothelium. The answer is endothelium. This was a JIPMA question this year, mid-year JIPMA, June JIPMA. This was a question, so it is endothelium because it is the most vital layer, because the endothelial pumps have to function to maintain detergescence of the cornea so that the stroma does not swell up, and the endothelial viability has to be maintained, and so that the pump is maintained, pump function is maintained, and thereby the stromal relative dehydration is maintained and the cornea retains its transparency. All right, because we want a transparent donor cornea. All right, so the vital layer of the cornea is the endothelium. So here it's option D. All right, now question number 8, hypothermic methods of corneal preservation are all except option A, Optisol, option B, moist chamber, option C, organ culture, option D, K-sol. So here Optisol, moist chamber, K-sol, right? Option A, B and D, they are all where you store methods where you store the cornea, the sclerocorneal rim immersed in the solution inside the refrigerator at 4 degrees Celsius. So 4 degrees Celsius is not normothermic. It's hypothermic, right? It's hypothermic. So the question asks, hypothermic methods of corneal preservation are all except. So these are all hypothermic. So which is a normothermic? Organ culture method. Okay, organ culture method. So that is option C, which is the answer. All right, so that's question 8. So do you understand? So now you've revised that also. And question number 9, cornea stored in moist chamber is best used within. Best used. Okay, now some of y'all, especially some postgraduates who had told me, ma'am, 3 days. See, in practical settings sometimes, yeah, we do extend, but best used, it's within 24 hours, the very next day, because mostly it happens during the daytime, so daytime or nighttime, and the next working day we try to use it. Okay, so it's best used within 24 hours. All right, so this is option A. So that's the problem that happens when you know a little too much. So when you know just theory, what you've read or what you've heard in my video on keratoplasty, that part 2 video, if you had watched only that, then you would have answered correctly option A. Now if you had been a little too smart, you watched some procedures, you've been shadowing your opthal residents or your consultants, okay, then probably you have this confusion between option A and option B, or if you've read a little more. Okay, so at certain times I think ignorance is bliss. You just stick to what we teach you. All right, but yes, okay, so we'll move on to question number 10. Which of the following substances present in MK medium, that is McCarey-Kaufman medium, prevents stromal swelling of donor cornea? Okay, so if it prevents stromal swelling, that means it is withdrawing water from the corneal stroma. So that means it has to be an osmotically active substance. So let's see among the options which are the osmotically active substance, or what I mean as hyperosmotic substances. Chondroitin sulfate, that's just a viscoelastic kind. Option B, 5% dextran. I know dextran is, so maybe option B, I don't know. Let's see. C, 1% dextran. Okay, now this gives me a little bit of confusion. D, fetal calf serum, FCS. Okay, so now if you know about A, then we have ruled out option A quite easily. Now, if you know the answer is dextran, now you caught between whether it's B or C. If you listen to what I told you in the previous video, then your answer is very straightforward, is 5% dextran. Okay, so if that voice of mine is echoing there when you saw this question and the options, then I think the answer is pretty straightforward. But if you had some difficulty retaining and recalling, then probably you're stuck between B and C, and now you will have to play the luck card. Okay, you have to pray to Mother Luca, Lady Luca. All right, and fetal calf serum. Fetal calf serum is used in organ culture. Okay, so that's medium which is going to feed. Okay, so it contains a lot of nutrients. So that's not something that's preventing stromal swelling, and that's not what is in MK medium. MK medium is one of those hypothermic storage media. It's not part of the organ culture, right? So the answer is very straightforward, B, 5% dextran. All right, so this again calls for how attentive you are whenever you attend any session. So if you listen to that little, I think it was a 5 minutes or probably 8 to 10 minutes video, if you had listened to that very carefully, attentively at that moment, you wouldn't have had an issue here. Okay, so this is the keratoplasty part 2 test and discussion based on keratoplasty part 2 video. So totally on keratoplasty we have 4 videos now. So 2 are exactly didactic videos wherein I'm only teaching you, and there are 2 test and discussion videos in dedicated to part 1 and part 2 respectively. I hope you got this concept of keratoplasty very well. You grasped all the concepts, and I hope you'll be able to answer anything that comes out of keratoplasty. So if there is something missing, or if I feel like you need some extra points, I'll come up with something else. Okay, so have a good day all of you. Bye. I hope you started liking Ophthalm. Okay, that's something I keep telling you every time, and that's again what I insist even now. All right, okay guys, take care all of you. God bless you.